I mean, Renee and I, and that we're both, I mean, we're very, I mean, we probably, I mean, we belly laugh at least once a day,
Mm.
like deep, like one, I mean, we generally, you crack me up, I crack you up, but it's like there's a lot of laughter.
And sometimes like, that was a
And when it's so
terrible
funny,
joke.
like, well, and it's so funny too. Like, I said something this morning to you, and I was like, "Well, that could land really wrong," and you were just like, "That is like you just lost it." It was so funny. So sometimes,
Yeah.
like, taking that edge and just being like, "Okay, she might groan at this one," but or she'll just be like, "That was really good, honey. That was a good joke," and you're gonna laugh deeply over
Mm.
that.
What did you
So
say? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Okay. But you remember how it felt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
or maybe it was last night when we were going
No,
to bed.
it was this morning.
No, because we didn't actually see each other this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, this is another conflict averse thing. I slunk out in the middle of the night because she was snoring too much, but I didn't want to wake her up. So,
so he came and slept out here in the shed.
Real
and
life.
she left early in the morning to go walk with people,
Yeah.
friends, and didn't realize I wasn't actually still in the bed in the house.
Oh.
Because
So
it was dark.
it was dark.
Well, you were so quiet.
I was
Yeah,
really glad I didn't wake him up.
you didn't wake me up. No.
Well, he was so quiet, but I guess you were too. Didn't wake up the pile of pillows that wasn't him.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have something to say about the humor thing too, which is a reflection of what Neil just said about like, I don't know how it's going to land. Um, I think there's a an opportunity to just look at like why one of the reasons why humor works is also because like we're attuning to each other even in that humor. Like he's saying like I don't know, he's thinking about how it might land and he's not just like making the same joke, dad joke over and over again or whatever. I mean, he makes some pretty
No, I learned that from my dad,
pretty
actually,
terrible
not
dad
to
jokes.
make the same gadgets.
But it's not a thing that's for him or for me. It's a thing that's shared, right? So it's like you're kind of attuning your humor to the person.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And that's just something I hadn't really thought about too much, but
Yeah.
it's an opportunity for like connection and attunement.
That's beautiful. Well, I imagine that's part of why it tickles you so much because that high quality attention, which is behind the attunement, is so delightful.
Yeah.
I knew this going in, but it's already being showcased. I'm really struck by your friendship.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, it's interesting, and I can share some more of this at the very end, but I wrote out kind of what works well a couple of years ago, well, a year and a half ago at our anniversary. And I was like, what? Like, and it was like mainly it was just like friendship.
Mm.
And one of the things I think with friends in general, I think there's a spirit of generosity, but also just like I wrote down something that just said practice consideration until it becomes effortless.
Mm.
So it's like I'm getting a glass of water and I get one for her, or at least check in with her to see if she wants one. Or I don't even ask and I just bring her one because I see that she doesn't have one and she probably wants one. Um, so there's that, right? Like you would do that for a friend, right? So like there's this just like this ease between us. And it's like things like traveling are really fun. Like it's just
Mhm,
really, I don't know. Yeah, we're good friends.
mhm. Um, something I'm thinking of as I hear you say that, and I hear you both just so affirm it, is how easy it is in long-term relationship. And you kind of alluded to this earlier, but to kind of go to sleep on each other. Like stop
Mhm.
seeing each other as fresh and new. Stop seeing each other in the way you would see friends you don't live with, sleep with, have children with. Um,
Mhm.
and I'm really hearing you're not asleep in that way.
No.
You're holding that kind of awakeness to each other's personhood. And I know you can point to lots of reasons why that works, and some of it's probably just in the mystery of the chemistry of this. Um, but I am so delighted that you two are really giving us a taste of how that works. So you said practice consideration until it's effortless.
Yeah.
And I love that word practice
Mhm.
because in long-term relationship, especially if there's kids, but whether or not there's a lot of energy conservation happening. And
Hmm.
that's that autopilot, which like we're not going to hold that against people, but no long-term relationship stays fresh unless there's the word you used, which is practice. I hear the practice. Um,
Yeah.
she may or may not have water. She may or may not want it, but I'm going to get it.
Yeah, totally.
I'm considering her.
Mhm. Neil makes eggs every morning and he always asks me if I want eggs, even though like at least 50% of the time I don't. You know, I don't like eating the same thing every morning, but that's his thing. He makes it, it's like almost talk about autopilot. Yeah, it's like his
I
morning
haven't had
routine.
coffee yet, so it's like a very set thing that I can do without
Yeah.
caffeine.
But he always, every morning, if I'm home, he's, and I'm awake, he's asking me. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, then the drum beats too in your relationship, right?
Hmm.
The rhythm.
Hmm.
But I think a part of that not falling asleep too is like we also are invested in our own personal growth and each other's personal growth. And I think that um, being individuals who are evolving and growing and changing in sometimes really big ways, which can also be disruptive to a relationship, it also can keep things alive and keep that,
Yeah.
and like I love to dress up and I still, like keeping like a little bit of courting
Yeah.
in there to be like, if we're going on a date, like dressing up for the date or just like keeping a little bit of that, like that was you wrote that too,
Yeah,
like
totally.
keeping the
Like,
mystery alive or keeping some of those qualities of that what a new relationship feels like. Not taking for
yeah.
granted that you're committed to one another, but really like investing in making that keep happening.
Yeah, keep the effort.
You
Keep
know,
keep efforting
it's
for the
not
other
like
person, right?
there's a lot that is that we fit and we match, but we also like work at it all the time.
Mhm.
And that
We work at
in a
it.
way that
Yeah.
isn't so effortful because it's consistent um
And it's
and small, but in those considerations and in those, getting fancy or like, in the way that we meet each other.
and it's often very fun. I mean, it's kind of like, hey, you know, I came home and then like, I don't know, I had to feed the dogs or whatever. It was chaotic. You were cooking dinner. And I'll just be like, we have not kissed yet. And we'll just like pause and kiss, maybe rub our bellies, but like really be like present with each other. And that's super sweet, right? Like that's not work. That is just presence and kind of just like it's awesome, right? Like you've got this awesome friend that you get to like do everything with. um,
Oh,
oh God, I'm gonna get like I might get teary-eyed
you
a little
make us
bit.
both blush.
Yeah,
so many layers to that last statement.
so many layers.
Oh, thank you for bringing that one particular moment, though. I have to
Yeah,
say, like, not only did you turn both your faces red, but
and we haven't even
well,
talked about sex yet, but yeah,
I know. Well,
It was implied.
it's implied. No, I wrote some things about that I'll share too, but
I trust.